Up, YouTube? It's Chb2 coming at you from the couch on another live video. Make sure to click subscribe and click like and comment and share. For those of you that don't know, I'm just fucking busy, man. I'm like working every single day. I'm like, my dad would probably be really proud of me if he was still alive, but I just couldn't get my life together before my dad passed away. But we're going to stay optimistic. We got Raj the mod in the house. Make sure to click like. Just hanging out on the couch right now, digesting my chicken and rice. If you guys follow me on all my social medias, X and Instagram and Facebook, I'm actually like really active now on the Facebook because it's actually making money. Like, you can put stuff on Facebook Marketplace, you can make free pages. Like, everybody already knows this, but it's like, I think I stopped for a while because it's like, maybe I wasn't using it right. I think the last time I was using it was maybe like 10 years ago. And then they started like, oh, yeah, that's right. So they started doing a lot of like COVID censorship. And so the I was promoting massages at the time, and which I still am. But during the COVID times, when I was doing the same kind of advertisements, I had these Karens who were like, no, you shouldn't be giving massages during this time. And I'm like, giving them the face. I'm like, hey, biatch, mind your business. I'm trying to make some money here. But what if I were to tell you, and I'm not kidding, next thing you know, police showed up and said, to my home, and said, so these are the pros and cons of Facebook, and said, are you trying to keep your business open when all the businesses are told to be closed? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But that was insane. Those Karens called the cops on me. But like I said, you really got to watch who you add and what you say. Now, this time around, things are working out way better because I'm letting Grok, which, for those of you that don't know what Grok is, Grok, Grok is the artificial intelligence little like assistant helper person, kind of like Alexa or Siri or anything like that. All of these things are like little artificial intelligence helpers. And so you get this Grok app, which is, it's Elon's, by the way. So Elon Musk, his little AI helper app. I'm sure there's a better way to explain this. But a lot of people are using Chb2, and I tried that. It's junk. You want to use Grok. And so I just asked Grok practically everything. And I've been talking about this in a few videos, but today I'm like, I really started making some plans, right? So I have Grok helping me with my massage business. And so every few days, I'm doing a massage, and that's $100. That's all through Facebook. Also, I created today with Raj the mod. That doesn't rhyme as good as I want it to be. Raj the moderator. Roger the Modder. Roger the Modder? No, that's not cool either. So Roger the Moderator, he helped me get a page created. The Rogerator, the the Rogerator. I mean, okay, so that's what you want. Okay, so the Rogerator, he helped me with the page for cinnamon rolls. Now you'll say, "Wow, it sounds like you've got a lot going on." It's kind of true, but I mean, I've really got a good balance of things right now. And Sundays have been very slow for me. Sundays are really slow for me at my job, and Sundays are really slow for me um, when it comes to giving massages. I don't know why, but like for months now, I can't really seem to get anybody wanting a massage on a Sunday. And then last 2 weeks, I've been offering buy one, get one free massages on Sundays. So that's essentially half off. And I still got no bites on that bait. So what I've done since then with the massages, because it is summertime, is I've lowered the price $20 from $100 to $80. And now I'm starting to get some clients again. But in whatever other free time I have, I'm making myself homemade dinners every night, whether it be tuna and rice, or chicken and rice, or beef and potatoes, or pizza on my cheat day. So on my cheat day, I get pepperoni pizza. But on my third business, so I've got my job that I work for someone else, an employer, and then I have my massage job, which I'm doing maybe, I don't know, 5 hours a week max, and that's generating at least $400 to $500 total. That's really good. Then I wanted on Sundays, like I said, because Sundays are really, really slow for me. They're almost so slow that, I could go to my employer and I'm totally cool to do so. I could totally just work for my employer on Sundays, but there's like really not a good amount of traffic on the road. So it's kind of like, why don't I do something else with my Sundays? So Sundays, I'm going to pursue my food business dream. And for like 10 years, I've wanted to sell food. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll fail at it, but I don't think I will, because I'm really good at advertising and promotion. And even if my cinnamon roll tastes, let's just even say above average, people are gonna buy it because, like, I'm just good with this social media stuff. Now, although YouTube is just the worst and doesn't recognize how cool I am, I think they're just looking for like pranksters or like degenerate music, but then not the kind of degenerate music I want to put out. But that's for a whole nother video. But yeah, so what I've been talking about the past few weeks is because I committed crimes as a youngster, it's really limited me to what I'm legally allowed to do. And so it sent me down this rabbit hole called cottage laws. And I'll save you a lot of time and tell you that cottage laws are what products you can sell out of your own home legally and never have to worry about any accountability problems with the city or the state or the health department or yada yada yada. So cinnamon rolls, I'm allowed to sell, right? Now, if I were to need them to be transported in any way, I would need to use like this lame sugar recipe. However, I'm going to go ahead and just see what I can get away with, which may sound bad, typical criminal behavior, but I'm going to use cream cheese icing. And the only problem with that is that it's going to taste way better, but I won't be able to sell it on Uber Eats, or, it's not like I'll be able to. Um, See, that's what they're trying to say, is that I could sell cinnamon rolls. I legally would be able to. Um, but if I wanted to sell them also through Uber Eats and like registered with the city as like a takeout only cinnamon roll location, well then, and use my residential home address, well then I would need to use powdered sugar on a cinnamon roll, which no one's going to get that. So we're going to just go through Facebook only and use the following I have on Facebook, which is already getting me massage clients. And we're going to do the caramel. I don't know about that, man. That's like maybe for maybe like a couple months down the road, we can add a new flavor. But maybe I can ask Rock if the caramel icing. Um, but see, that's what I'm saying. See, for the Uber Eats, they want it to be. They want the icing. They're not worried about the cinnamon roll itself being that perishable. Yes, it's perishable, but not in the same way icing is. And the cream cheese icing is more perishable than a powdered sugar water combo icing. But then again, I would never get a cinnamon roll unless it had cream cheese icing. And I don't think anyone would. Yuck. So anyway, we're going to just do it my way, see what happens, and we're going to sell 20. See, we're also doing a limited supply. So we're doing a limited supply of 20 cinnamon rolls, and I literally do expect people to show up Sunday morning at my home address to get a fucking cinnamon roll. That's right. You bet your ass I do. And, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. Address is out there. And what I'm going to do from here on out as like a trade-off, like I said, is that especially with this, for those of you that don't know, I've got a relationship that I'm in now. And, spending time with her and the massage business and the cinnamon roll potential business idea, that's about all the time I've got. And the previous lifestyle I had, let's call it single me, and not as much business minded, more fun, I would be going to the beach with crazy signs. And that's fun and all, but I mean, I did it a lot. I did it over 100 times. And I did it enough to where it got me a lot of attention and sometimes beat up. And I think, like I said, there's kind of like a outcome I was expecting to get out of that. I was hoping that after a certain amount of signs, because I was getting really extreme, I was hoping after a certain amount of signs, it would just get ultra viral. Now, I did go viral a few times, and I got over 100,000 views, but that's just still not enough, which is sad. It would actually take, I'm guessing, I don't know, like a million? I don't know. Like, I just cannot understand. I mean, I'm at the freaking beach with the most offensive extreme signs, and it's not getting a million views across the internet in 1 week. So we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way and nice old business. And I don't know if also if any of you know this, but my father and I, we love cinnamon rolls. Rest in peace, Chb2, my dad. But in memory of him, for like 10 years, I've been like, well, when he was alive, I would get cinnamon rolls with him. And now that he's passed, I've just constantly thought, you know, if it wasn't the massage business that I was interested in, what other kind of businesses am I legally even allowed to do as a felon? And I'm really limited. So like I said, I mean, my options is at this point is to kind of just build up a following through local Facebook and what social media I can. And that's it. Just keep working the employment job I have, which I've now been working my employed job for 3 years. Shout out me. And that's my longest employment ever. My other employment other than this was 2 years. So in total, which for the old people watching, there's this thing called Social Security that old people always tell me that I need to be putting money into working for someone. They're like, are you putting money into Social Security? Because when you're old, you're not going to have anything to live off of. And see, I'm like, well, I really want a business that is like making money, like, the cinnamon roll thing. So right now it's just one day, but, you just wait. You just wait. There's so many other things in store. And we've got the massage business. See, the massage business is like, I've been doing that for like 20 years. And like I've already got that figured out. All I have to do is promote it and it makes me money. Like it's literally like a light switch. The more I promote massage, the more money I make. Like today, I had 6 people wanting a massage today. But I don't want to do that. So, I push them off respectfully to another day. But it just goes to show, like, I have no problems making money. If I wanted to make even more money, I'd be working my ass off right this second, giving a massage to somebody. But I don't want that lifestyle. I want to chill, This is the thing that a lot of people don't get, is that making money takes fucking time. You don't want to spend all your time, or else you get into that kind of lifestyle, you won't have time for the people that you care about, you know? And, if you're dating someone, you're never going to have time to see them. If I was working a full 8-hour shift and trying to do massages, I wouldn't have time to cook a homemade meal. Come on now. So all this is a very healthy balance that it's taken me a long time to figure out. Shout out to the girl I'm seeing now. She's trying to build up herself, trying to build up myself, and we've set a goal together and, give it time. You just got to literally constantly, every single day, you need to be your own constructive criticism on these goals. Like, there's no one else that's going to hold you accountable to these goals. Like, there's no one else going to be saying, hey, man, you should have given more massages today. Hey, man, you should have started a business today. No, I mean, and maybe if you think they're saying that, they're not saying it directly to you. So the only person that's really going to kind of say it directly to you is you. So you got to chase your dreams, and you got to find out what's possible. Don't put some unrealistic dream out there. Like, I actually think it's completely realistic to promote 20 cinnamon rolls and sell 20 cinnamon rolls on one day with a pre promoted campaign. And lastly, for those of you that are still playing video games, I guess you are a kid. Gosh, it feels like such a strange addiction I was in. I can't believe it. Going from playing, and I'm not kidding with this number, this is a legit number, 5,000 hours. I spent 5,000 hours playing video games, and I have nothing to show for it. Nothing. I mean, I have some videos of me. But please, kids, you could be way more productive. You could be like planning a business, riding your bike, I don't know, helping your dad do something. I don't know. But playing the video games, gosh, man, like I said, it's just like, out of everything that I do, it was the least productive. Yeah, sure, laughing with your friends, but if your friends aren't on, or if your friends want to destroy you in the video game, it is not enjoyable. So I don't know what was happening in like the last 6 months of the video game journey, but it's just like once you kind of get okay, or like you're not like brand new at video games, like everybody gets so competitive that they can't even be your friend. It's almost like it's so difficult to be friends in these video games because they're so damn competitive. 5 minutes into like a friendly game, and they just like want to start shitting on you. So it became a little, it's almost like how toxic the video games became was like just the amount to send me away. Like, my friends weren't playing as often. Then when I wanted to play, my friends weren't playing. And if we finally were able to play the games together, they just wanted to shit on me. So like that was about it. So let's see. We've talked about my businesses. We've talked about the relationship. We've talked about the gaming. Talked about staying motivated. Staying motivated. And let's see. Best quote of the year. Okay, so I want everybody to learn from this quote right here. So this will be, I guess, I'll read some chat in just a second, but The quote is that, and it's like a learning lesson from my life. Okay. So I need you all to make sure that all of the needs in your life are taken care of before you focus on the things that you want. Because my biggest problem in the past was that I would start getting things that I would want, and I didn't have all the things I needed, right? And so it like if I did get something that I wanted, everything else in my life just wasn't able to balance it because I didn't have all the things I needed. And so now in my life, finally, I have all the things I need. And so I'm finally starting to work on things that I want, and they're all working out. Do you get it now? Like, it's just so crazy. Why I didn't get this sooner? But hey, I'm not that smart. So, like, it is what it is. Um, I think my IQ was like just 100 or something, So there's like way more smarter people than me. Um, but like I said, everybody learns learning lessons at different times. But yeah, make sure to focus focus on getting all the things you need in life first. And then all the things that you want will work out so easy. Like like just so easy. Like I remember I'll give you the best example is that like if you're trying to get in some sort of relationship or something, if you're trying to like invest time into anybody like on a dating relationship type of way and you don't have all your needs taken care of, it's never going to work out. Like you may have like a teeny little bit of fun, but like it's completely a waste of time in the long run. Like you have to have all the things you need taken care of. And then when you finally go after that girl you want, it's just like so smooth. Same thing with the business. It's like, when you finally have the nice place, you have the nice skills, and then you offer the skill with the good promotion. It's just like so much business is coming to me. Lastly, if anybody wants any real numbers, I'm probably just making anywhere between 30 to 35. Um, if I really wanted to push myself, I could probably hit $40,000. But, that would be doing multiple massages every single day. But like I said, I mean, I already have everything I want, everything I need right now, and a couple things, you know, that I'm working towards that I want, like um, the little bit of profit I have right now, I'm going to reinvest that because this is what the smart thing to do would be is I need to reinvest the profit that I have right now into a business. And I've already discussed with myself and AI, should I invest more into my massage business? I mean, I'm already basically turning down clients every single day. There's plenty of massage clients. So I wanted to work on something new, which is Chris cinnamon rolls. So it sounds so easy. Chris cinnamon rolls. Chris cinnamon rolls. Type out Chris cinnamon rolls. All right. Freeze dried wheat. No. Caramel cinnamon rolls. Is it caramel or caramel? But either way, that's the plan. Let me look up caramel cinnamon rolls. And, everybody, oh, Electric Scooter Man, what's up? Bobby Big Mac, what's up? Yeah, yep. You got to stay motivated, everybody. Stay motivated. Like, you've got to, like, find that stuff that just gives you the excitement. Like, I look forward to making my own food. I look forward to exercising. I look forward to riding my bike. I look forward to doing some work every day. See, when it was 8-hour shifts, I hated going to work. It almost didn't even matter what it was. There's something about 8-hour shifts that my soul can't do it. I just cannot do the exact same thing that long. Get the fuck out of here. You know? I'm telling you, 6 hours. 6 hours is fucking pushing it. Like, oh man. So that's the point, like, shout out to the people that are going through their life doing really long shifts because you are a special type of person. Um, so, am I still smoking? Come on. You don't think I am? I'm just teasing you. Yeah, I mean, is there something wrong with it? I'm leading you on. I'm smoking a lot less, you know. I've recognized that, like, you don't list it as a motive. Oh, because weed is 100% a relaxing thing. A lot of people judge weed and they'll put this lazy thing like weed is for losers. Weed is for lazy people. No, weed is for people that have high anxiety and nausea, or high anxiety or nausea, and it needs to be used as a medicine. Okay? So you need to recognize that it's you need to understand your own symptoms, right? So for example, and so you need to understand your symptoms, and you need to understand the side effects of marijuana. And the side effects of marijuana are not lazy and being a loser. It is, however, going it is going to relax you to the point of you're not gonna be as sharp. But then again, it's just like, well, I would hope that you're a logical, good person. Good is vague, but I would hope that you're the type of person that recognizes that if you need to go do something productive, don't smoke, right? However, if you've had a long day and all the productivity that you needed to do is done, and your nerves are just like on edge, go for it. Okay? But the problem is that there are a lot of people who are misusing it, and that they will make people who smoke look bad by going and trying to do something productive, and they're just high the whole time. And so that would be what I say is kind of hurting the marijuana community is that there needs to be like I'll give you a great example. If I don't stop smoking like before I go to work, like a good while before I go to work, I'm just going to be blazed at work. And that's not good, you know? So we just all got to be adults here. And you got to recognize that this idea of people just getting blazed all day long, that is not going to get much done. Like, and you know it, and I know it because I'm a huge pothead. So, like, the days that you smoke all day from morning to night, like you're just fucking on vacation. Come on. We're not gonna lie to each other here. So, like, you have to take a break. Now, I'm not saying I don't wake up and smoke and go to bed and smoke, right? But, like, throughout the midday, no, I don't smoke. I'm, like, super sober all throughout the midday. And I tell you what, I remember there was a specific month where I had vapes and I was smoking throughout the day. And like I said, like you kind of want times where your brain isn't high, you know? So just as my late father said, you've got to moderate everything. You can't just be high all damn day. Unless it's like a vacation, man. Life is not a vacation. So, I can't get high and make cinnamon rolls. I can't get high and give a massage. I tell you something crazy. Like if I get high and I give a massage, I'm like yapping. You know what I mean? I'll like talk to them the entire massage. And a lot of people don't like that, you know? So that's the whole thing. Like, you have to understand the side effects of this stuff. This stuff it's not nothing. So, but yeah, I wouldn't use weed as a motivator. Like, when I made my weekend extremely offensive signs, I would do those totally sober. I knew that if I got high, the sign wouldn't look as good. Isn't that insane? Like if the art was different, if it was like maybe some sort of like abstractish art, some sort of like silly, colorful scene, maybe I would be high to do something like that. But if you're trying to work on penmanship and like crisp lines, that's what I'm saying. You can't be high for that stuff. Someone asked me, and I used to be stubborn on this question. They said, if your doctor was high before the surgery, would you be cool with that? If your doctor got high before your surgery, I'd be like, yeah, man, no problem. But I take it all back now. I take it all back. No, I do not want the surgeon performing my surgery to be high. And, you know, but I also heard a parent say, oh, well, I can't get high anymore because I have kids. And I'm like, okay, well, those are a couple different extremes for you. Any other questions, anybody? Last questions? Questions before I chill out? Bobby, thanks for tuning in. Roger, the Rogerator. Thanks for tuning in. Any last questions? Make sure to hit me up on my phone, 954-210-3158. We met 8 years ago, roughly, on Tinder. And as soon as she saw me, she thought I mean, I've never had someone think of me like some sort of, I'm not saying she called me a celebrity, but like, she's just so into me, like 10 times more into me than any other girl has ever been. What do you think of freeze-dried weed? Well, I've never heard of freeze-dried weed before. Am I supposed to eat it? Or something? Wouldn't freezing it cause like little crystals to form? Like moisture crystals? If anything, I try to dry my weed out as much as possible. I try to like, my dealer, he'll give me a sealed bag and it'll be all moist and stuff inside, and I just open the bag up, and the entire time I have it, I leave it open to the air so it dries out. I want it as dry as possible. What about you guys? Do you guys like it all like kind of fluffy, moistish? Now, I'm not saying it's wet. I'm just saying it's like not dry. It's not like, I want it to be like cookie crumbles, to where like when I squeeze it at all, it crumbles like a dry cookie. That's what I like. So if I put it in between my fingers and it just pinches and like smushes, no, that's not what I want. That's not at all what I want. Stick to your fingers. Oh, so you like sticky stuff. But so you want it, do you want it to smush or do you want it to crumble? Right? See, that now we're getting into some good questions. Stick to the, I mean, we're talking about smoking, so I got to take a hit. All right, everybody, I'm gonna pack one here. I got two different flavors here. We have a light color one. We have a light color one, and let's see, where's the other one? And then we have a dark colored one. Okay, so everybody, do we do the light color one or the dark color one? Now, I don't know, because a lot of times, just because it's light or dark doesn't always mean that they're like sativa or indica. Just because it's dark doesn't mean it's indica. Yeah, I mean, I'm always a dark fan. Because, you know. Oh, I will say that the sativa stuff, if you have, like I said, like the sativa stuff, it really gets you talking, right? The indica, that'll really get you hungry and unproductive. Now, these people out there that say, oh no, I can smoke sativa and still be productive. Listen, when I said the indica would take away your productivity, I don't mean the sativa, you keep it either, but the indica, you don't have any at all. At least with the sativa, your productivity is like yapping, like you're like talking. But the indica, that makes you won't even talk, and you'll just like eat and sleep. Like my goal when I take one hit is to be so blazed. And one hit for science purposes is a half a gram. I should be able to smoke 0.5 grams of THC here and be so blazed that I have to lay down. I mean, lay down to the point where I forget about all my problems. I forget about any pain I'm in. I forget if I have to do anything. I forget everything. Like, that is the goal of this. So we're going to put the camera down here. And we're going to take a little hit here. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it, but you're not going to see it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this stuff is, I'd give this stuff like above average, but it's not like, I'm not going to give this like a 9 or a 10, because I shouldn't even be able to talk right now. I should be like fucking drooling and like, whoa, like my eyes should be like almost pinned shut. The fact that I can open my eyes at all, this stuff is weak. I'm just being like really harsh, but this stuff is like not strong enough for me. I mean, I can't complain about it because this is street stuff from my dude. So it just is what it is. He gets good stuff from time to time. But this stuff right here, it's like, it's not like pin your eyes shut, drooling out your mouth. Maybe a tolerance break. What are you trying to say, man? Those are fighting words right there. No, the only tolerance break is the 8 hours from when I go to sleep. Or the one day that the dealer says that he can't get any. You want to know what's really interesting is that this is easily something that if it was not available, I just wouldn't do it. But because it's available, I do it. So, but that doesn't apply to alcohol, right? Because alcohol is available and I hate it. Like, I avoid alcohol. So I just, I don't know. I have such a weird mentality with the weed. Like, on one hand, it's like, I don't really have much anxiety anymore, or if ever. I think, like, when I originally started smoking, I had, like, a lot of anxiety. But now it's, like, nearly 20 years later. And it's like, now I'm just doing it to chill. But there's really nothing I'm worried about. So that was what I was trying to say earlier, was that, what are you really using this medicine for? So it's just like, if I had a lot of anxiety, I'm sure it would be more effective. But since I don't really have much anxiety, what am I really coming down from? So I think that's probably why, I may not be getting that kind of hit out of it. Sometimes it may be good, not financially for sure, but it may be good to not have those constant overpowering hits. See, there's just a reason for everything, you know? But we're going to take another one. One thing that I want to do is some more crochet stuff. For those of you that don't know, like I haven't done like any of my crochet work in like a month, and every now and then you get called to your hobbies. Except this week, I kind of have to focus on this cinnamon roll business. But if I do have some spare time, I wanted to do a crochet video where I work a little bit more on my blanket. You know, hopefully all of you out there are working on some hobbies and having fun. Oh, check out this right here. So this right here is called Blue Chew. This right here is called Blue Chew. Now, I'm just speaking for myself here, and yeah, I was able to get, let's use the word excited for YouTube. Um, I've always been able to get excited, and I never had trouble getting excited. But what I will say is that I felt mentally that when I got excited, that there was just like more to be had. I'm like, is this it? This is like as excited as I get. So that really was like an insecurity, to be honest. So I went on like, for those of you that have known me for 20 years, like I even invented this thing called the C weight, which we're going to talk about that another time. But I've tried so many different things because of this, let's call it insecurity of like, could I get more excited? Not, I didn't have any trouble like with length of excitement, like if it was 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on however long you're excited for. I didn't have any trouble with that. I just had trouble with this mentality of, is this as excited as I could be? And so after now taking Viagra and Cialis, all for fun, and now this Blue Chew product, I'll tell you that there's more to be had. And it's not necessarily like a size thing. It's like I knew it. I knew that there could be like more blood flow go there, right? So when you're going to the gym and you're working out your biceps and you're like, no, man, I think I can pump a few more reps, man. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. See, I just knew that in the body part I'm talking about, that I could get more pump in there. And I even brought this up with my doctor, my actual doctor. I said, listen, I have like this pump thing that I need to get to. And I'm telling you, like when I exercise, I just don't feel this kind of pump that I'm looking for. And he's just like, blah, 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 some bullshit. That's probably disrespectful, but it 100% was some bullshit. Stay on medication you're on now. Don't do anything different. I don't know. It definitely was not what I was hoping to hear. I was hoping he'd like be cool and give me some sort of cool, helpful advice, but no. So yeah, I just do my own experimentation. And one thing about this marijuana, by the way, for the record, so the marijuana lowers your blood pressure. So for those of you that are interested in sex, marijuana lowers your blood pressure. Doesn't matter if it's sativa or indica. It just lowers your blood pressure. Now, that doesn't actually work that well when you're trying to be really excited. You get it? And have good blood flow. Because what these pills do, a side effect of many, is raising your blood pressure because you need a certain amount of blood pressure to sustain in that body part, right? So if you're like smoking heavy marijuana, you're lowering your blood pressure. And what if I were to tell you this is actually now proven through me as like a Chris scientific fact, hashtag Chris Science, that heavy full-time pot smokers don't have good excitements. We're going to call them good excitements. Now, I mean, you may wake up. Now, I'll wake up and I'll have a good excitement. But guess what? That's after 8 hours of not smoking. And then throughout the day, it's not like I'm having, any excitements, Whereas I remember when I was like a teenager, before smoking, I would have some daily excitements, you know. Now, some people will say, oh, it's your age. You're just not getting excited as often because you're older. I'm starting to disagree. I'm actually starting to think about weaning myself off the marijuana strictly because I don't have the same anxiety that I used to. And that marijuana should be used as like I'm now coming to this observation that marijuana should be used as like you use it until you don't need to use it anymore. Like it's a medication that will heal you. And when are you healed? Like right now, this is my whole kind of thesis of this video. Even though I'm about to take another hit, it's just kind of reestablishing that, I'm healed in my life. And I will attribute that this medication has really helped. I would have been a lot more mentally depressed if it weren't for this stuff. This stuff has always eased my mind. But at what point are you going to say, as a person, like I'm trying to say to myself each day, like, can I move on from it? Like, am I like, because I've recognized that I do it for stress and I do it for pain. Now, have I started to manage the pain through exercise? I think so. And have I started to manage my anxiety through productivity and getting out of debt? And I think so. So it's like, am I ready to move on from this? It's like, if this is a medication, am I healed now? So that's the kind of thing that I've been thinking about for a while, which is giving me courage because I never really had the courage to stop smoking. I mean, I love smoking, love it. But it's just like knowing that it is also a medication and that I'm using it for something. It's different than just, like a friend of mine would say, of just vaping nothing. Like even a non-nicotine vape is like just to kind of get that smoking. But I mean, I don't know. That would be a stupid waste of money. It's like if I'm smoking something, I'm going to get high, But I mean, do I need to get high anymore? Am I really that stressed out to where I need this kind of stuff? Um, these are just things that have been going on through my mind. See, I'm not a total loser, not thinking of nothing all day long. As you've seen in this probably near hour-long video, I'm super productive. Like, I exercised, I went to work, I made a homemade meal. Like, I've been very busy. Yeah, I've taken what? Maybe 2 grams total a day of marijuana. So that's usually medication is about 2 grams worth, like 4 hits, maybe 5. But it's just like, you know, there's a lot of other stuff that I've got on my mind that are good. See, before it was a lot of stuff on my mind and it was so bad without telling you all about it. Just like everything worth getting you depressed over running through my head all day long. And this medication would completely like, whoa, bro, you're not thinking about none of that right now. And it just hit me like a brick. And see, that's what I'm saying. See, now I don't have any of those anxieties. So, you all do what you want, and I'm not going to judge you because I don't want to be judged. I've already been judged way too much in my life, so, but talking about like people hurting themselves, like there's these topics of people hurting themselves. Some people say that smoking hurts you, or like the doctor was just like, smoking is bad for you. All right. I don't know, man. It's just like you got way worse risky things. I mean, I've been riding my bike and gotten way worse hurt than whatever the heck this is hurting me. So I don't know. It's just like my only problem with the weed is that it's just like it's costly. It's costly, and it's just like, compared to other things like morphine or like uh I haven't done heroin, and I'm told by everyone not to try it. But the point is like, how bad do you want to relax? That's really what you got to ask yourself. Is like, wow, you've had a rough day, huh? Okay, so how bad was it? Is it like just a hit of weed bad? Or is it like you need a whole 6-pack of booze? Like, there are people that get fucking shit-faced drunk every single day. Like, I had an ex-girlfriend, and she would drink an entire liter of wine, and then if she finished it just a little too early, she'd be like, "Hey, Chris, can you go to the store and get me another bottle of wine?" And pop it open, go through another glass, pass out halfway through that first glass of the second bottle. Like, these people are fucked up, man. Any new comments? Click subscribe.